thought she was dead. And my husband thought she was dead, and we all thought she was dead. The driver thought she was dead.
Cycling, you know, what a better way to see the countryside. At the meet of the Oakley Pedallers, we all meet at the school car park. There are normally about 30, 40 riders. There are 3 rides, so Foundation is the basic entry ride. You have to be experienced, you have to be able to ride in a group, or if you're new to that, you help each other.
And it was a beautiful sunny day, we were all chatting, it was so nice. We'd probably done 15 miles and we went down a very narrow country lane.
This is a route that I had done many, many times when I worked in Hook. Anyway, we took a back route sort of round the north of Basingstoke and got to the main Reading Road. And this is where the narrow lane section started, where it's single track. And I can't remember anything else.
Just admiring the sunshine and the birds and everything else. And then all of a sudden, one of them shouted, "Car." So at that particular time, we didn't hear that car. Simon went into the ditch. Barbara hit the car head on. She went into the bonnet. She then flicked into the windscreen. She then flicked over and somersaulted to the roof and landed on her back. She then fell to the ground. Sorry, this is where it probably will get me. I'm trying not to. I just throw my bike on the side of the road. My husband's behind me, he throws his, and I go straight to Barbara, and I can see that she is very, very, how can I put it? She's in a bad state. Her eyes were staring up at me, and there was nothing there. There was quite a lot of blood. It must have been from her leg, because there was a pool of blood where I was kneeling. I asked my husband to call for an ambulance, and I went to Barbara and couldn't find her pulse. I tried by both wrists, but both wrists were very broken and deformed. They were shaped like this. And I tried to get her pulse from her neck, and I couldn't find it. At that point, Simon came out of the ditch, and he came over to us because he obviously didn't know what had happened either. And I said to him, I think I may need to resuscitate her. I think she's not breathing. And I went to open her mouth, and it was just full of blood, and I just thought, I can't do this. And we just tipped her over just very, very slightly, and she breathed. She coughed, the blood came out of her mouth, and I believe it must have been her teeth or her tongue. The road ambulance arrived first. 2 or 3 minutes before air ambulance. Air ambulance were up in the sky, but obviously they were trying to land, and they landed in the field. The air ambulance took over straight away. There was a doctor there. Barbara was critical in my eyes, and they worked on her for an hour beside the road. And without them, I don't think she would be here. Am
I dying? Because it was sort of like I still could go back, and then thought, well, maybe it's paralysis. This is why I'm feeling so odd. But my face was seriously smashed up. So broken nose, lost my teeth, my tongue I bit off. So there was a lot of blood. Both my wrists were badly broken. This was a protruded bone, and these, in fact, are giving me the most problem with the achiness. And then the other set of injuries was actually the spinal injuries on my neck. Middle of my back was a complete imploded one, and all my lumbar were cracked. And finally I had a really nasty gash on my leg. Then you come home and the hard work starts. It's been completely different since it happened, and it's only now it's getting back to a sort of sense of normality. What I know happened above and over everything was I'm very, very lucky to be alive and to have survived it. What I knew about air ambulance is that first 20 minutes, it's life-saving because they can give that treatment on the roadside. So I think it's an amazing charity, and one that, well, while I'm making this film, I think people should know more about it. and hopefully my story will help them understand how they helped me and why I'm now sitting here looking like, well, where are your injuries? You know, you look far too healthy. AGM, they were just so welcome back Barbara Accent. We want to give a donation to Air Ambulance. This is something we should support. If you get that level of medical care, it can be life-saving or life-changing from really disability injuries to getting back to full health. So absolutely, that is the key difference, the speed and then the level of medical care and treatment that can be given.
Obviously the word needs to get out there that it's charitable, and we need the donations really to keep it going, because without Air Ambulance I don't think Barbara would be here today.
But I've been fixed, and Air Ambulance have played a huge part in that, so thank you.